going on, guys? Today I will be rolling some Scrip. Top corner, you see the notification if you're playing Fallout saying till the 15th, started yesterday. So the 11th to the 15th, you can get a random 3-star for 60 legendary Scrip. I have a couple of characters that I plan on rolling at least 1,000. I don't know if I'm going to re-script whatever I get and then try to roll a couple extra. I actually have, let's say, 3 characters that I can roll. I could do something on Scruffy, I could do something on Balrog, and I could do something on Jack. Each of those characters have 1,000 script saved up. I think I have a little bit of script in other characters as well, but I'm going to save that towards maybe another sale going on. I plan to try to, let's say, roll 50 items today. And as a disclaimer, I don't really recommend this event, or this sale, I should say. Anytime this pops up, I feel like a lot of people get excited when they hear, oh, it's like a sale, you're getting a certain percentage off. I would rather have a 25% off of all script sale, or even better, a 50% off. Like I think they did that once in the past. But in my previous experience, the mystery sale is not that great. It sounds good. It should be just named something along the lines of like buy one armor, get one free. Of the past times that I've done it, I've got a lot of armor, which means you're not really saving script, you're spending the same amount of script. And it's nice to get a weapon every once in a while, but you get a lot of crap that you don't really want. I understand there's a lot of RNG to it as well, and I've already rolled multiple times the mystery sale as well as other sales. And when it comes down to it, just getting a flat 25% off, your choice of what you want to roll, to me is a lot better. But I am hoping to get something decent. And again, if this is going to be around 50 rolls, this should kind of give you an idea of what to expect. Maybe at the end of this video, I'll have a lot more luck, and I'll maybe have a better tone in terms of me trusting this sale to get me anything good, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll hopefully get something. And if not, at least we did it for science. Alright, so for my first character, I'm on my 251. This is a character that has completed Wastelanders with the Raiders. I am allied with the Raiders. I am friendly, almost neighborly with Settlers, still chipping away at that. I'm going to be rolling around 16 items. What I'll probably do is roll 16 items, maybe script a few, and then get a couple of additional rolls. I'm not going in expecting anything from this, but I am hoping to get something decent. And again, I hope that by the end of the video, I have kind of proven myself that it's just a bunch of RNG. Alright, so fingers crossed. I mean, Eric McGurk, don't let me down. Mutant's Cryolator. So I'm going to try to look at everything as possible weapon that I might want to use at some point. Now that I've been playing on different characters and different builds, that sounds like a potential outlook where anything could be possible. Like I might want a Cryolator, but I'm going to look at it as that's hit chance. I don't know. Maybe I feel like if it's anything like the other heavy weapons, the fat script meter is gonna disappear, or at least your AP is gonna disappear before you can fill up your meter and use it. The mutants is, I guess, good extra DPS, but this isn't something that stands out to me. I feel like faster fire rate, maybe even faster reload comboed with mutants would have made me say that it could have been a decent roll, but this is definitely gonna be something I script. No. I mean, to me, if it doesn't have faster swing speed, unless they make some crazy thorn damage build that you can do down the road, reflect and I don't know, like other things, like are still kind of useless. Suppressor's Tesla rifle. Crit shots do more damage, 250 damage resist while reloading. I mean, in the back of my mind, and I need to do some testing, I feel like 250 damage resist while reloading could be some sort of new meta, where anytime you know you're about to get hit, if you can just reload a weapon that you're using, you might be able to save yourself from getting, let's say, one shot if you're a bloodied build, or taking serious damage even if you're more of a tank. In terms of suppressors, and I'm trying to combine this into a PvP scenario, this weapon does not scream PvE to me. It screams potential for PvP if you're just trying to lower somebody's damage as you guys are fighting. And then, I don't know, you just reload. I still want to say this isn't a good roll, but again, I'm trying to be more critical of different weapons and see, okay, are they better in certain scenarios? Would a different character of mine, a different character build work for it? Mutants? Nah, this is garbage. That was easy. Eternal Meat Hook? No. Getting a bunch of weapons, that's good. I'd rather get a bunch of weapons than armor. Mutants, crossbow? No. Like, I think right now crossbows have to be instigating or bloodied. I have an instigating crossbow and it's a ton of fun. I'd rather use that sometimes than the bloodied. In terms of mutants, I understand it's a little extra DPS, 10%, but limb damage ain't cutting it. Mutants Sheep Squatch Club. No. I mean, I can sell this, that's good, but I wouldn't even call it decent because of the. I can probably sell this for just enough. Buy another item to Scrip, kind of deal. Hunter's SMG, no. Again, I think Hunter's is like a useless role overall. Exterminator's Combat Chatty, no. I feel like if it doesn't have faster fire rate, explosive rounds or something like that, it's not gonna be worth it. Stalker's Golf Club. Alright, so I'm gonna say that I'm at 10 rolls in a row, all weapons. Kidding. And I don't even want to jinx myself, but I haven't gotten anything in terms of armor. Or Super Sledge, no. Stop giving me hunter stuff. Medics Ultra Sight. So I automatically look at medics as kind of a useless thing. Think, again, how close you have to be somebody else to get medics to proc. Also, how many times you can proc it. It's like you're not healing anybody. If anything, you should try to heal yourself. And if you're going to heal yourself, medics isn't the way. Vampires with, like, again, explosive or something is going to help you. Only a few more. No, this is, again, I'm happy that I didn't mix armor and weapons so far. But I'm gonna say that, quad handmade. See, quad handmades with maybe faster fire rate or explosive probably would be worth a lot. I don't know the current price of something like that. This having more ammo and more damage while aiming could be interesting and more of a PvE scenario. Again, I don't really. This is worth anything too crazy. I will say this is a decent roll though. Only two more. Oh, only one more. This one doesn't look good either. Fortunately, my pistol character couldn't use this. Exterminator, Sheep Squatch Staff, faster swing speed, and endurance. So this is a very strange roll. I'm not going to say it's a not good roll or categorize it like that. I'm not going to say it's a great roll. I'm going to say it's a decent roll. My one character, not this one, the level 400, has a bunch of random weapons on it, suited for either ghouls, super mutants, mire lurks, just randomness. And I keep some of those rolls that are better. Faster swing speed with strength to me is like how you make a god roll. Endurance is nice, but depending on your build, it's not necessarily helping your melee. Faster swing speed is needed. Power attack, I guess, is nice if you can like one hit something. Sure. In terms of like, I could sell this. I'm not gonna sell it, and I'm not gonna say it's a great roll. I'll say it's a decent roll. I'm gonna say that I'm happy that I got it. But I don't know if you guys are ever gonna see me even use this out there. But all right, so I only have 40 script left. I'm gonna script a couple of items, and then see what I can do. Luckily, I'm just gonna sort by weight tackle my problems now. Yeah, Medic Scatling, get out of here. Mutant Cryolator, get out of here. Quad Tesla, nope, that's mine. Quad Short, Suppressors Tesla. Exterminators, Combat Shoddy. If this was Exterminators, even if it was Perception, I would keep it. I think with like weapons, you probably want to roll like Agility, Perception, Endurance kind of deal. Anything else is like useless. And then in terms of melee, it's not Strength, you want Endurance or you want Agility. Alright, so I can only script one more item. Alright, so that'll give me 2 more rolls. Don't let me down, Merkengurg. Wow, I just started getting armor. See, now, I have a question. What happens if I continue to roll? Am I going to get another armor piece now, and then I cannot find out what the third is because I've run out of Scrip? Is it on some sort of you get what you roll until you stop rolling? I find it odd that I rolled 16 weapons in a row, leave, come back, and then the first thing I get is an armor piece. I am looking for weapon weight reduction for various characters. One of my characters, just as of last night, thanks to one of the people in my community, they hooked me up with a, what is that, left arm I needed or something like that? And I didn't even care what the piece was. That character had 4 out of 5 pieces on it. That character has, at this point, a couple thousand pounds of weapons on it. And I went from, I think, 255 weight. I put on the 5th piece of the set, and I think I went from 255 to, let's say, 160. Actually, I can jump onto that character in a couple of rolls and even show it, but weapon weight reduction is great for your mule characters. If you can get low-level things even, if you don't care about the character or leveling it up, even better. I would almost argue that lower level, maybe level 5 stuff, weapon weight reduction is probably a lot more worth it than we think, but this was the 17th roll. A 17th roll, I mean, at the end of the day, it's in between decent and not good. It's only decent because it's weapon weight reduction. But, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm about to get another armor piece. Yeah. Oh shit, I got Unyielding Sentinel. I don't care about intelligence unless I'm trying to scrap a bunch of stuff, get a bunch of junk. That could have been a god roll. If I got strength on that, oh my. This is great though. This is exactly what I needed. Yielding Sentinel, I don't even know which character I want to put that on, but indeed, now I think I just figured something out, and this might be big news to people rolling stuff. I'm gonna have to do some more science on the next character. Alright, so for my next character, I'm on my 129, almost 130 character. This is the character that has almost gotten to the point of being allied with both. A couple more weeks of, I guess, evening it out, doing more raider side of the quests. I should be able to get both of them to ally around the same time. This is my heavy guns character. This is the character that I've moved a lot of different weapons. I mean, of my recent videos that I've done, I've had the bloodied faster fire rate broadsider. That's actually been pretty fun. There's a couple other weapons that I've received that, honestly, months ago or even the beginning of the game, even up to like a year ago, I would have looked at some of these things like, I'm just gonna scrap it. And even, let's say, like a year ago, knowing that bloodied was pretty good for a lot of different combos, whether it's melee or weapon, something like this, I would have just been like, oh, it's a broadsider, let me throw it out. But I've actually had some fun with that. So again, I'm going to jump in with another 16 rolls of the mystery pick items. While I was on my last character, I got all weapon rolls in a row. Left, came back, and then got 2 armor rolls in a row. So I think the best thing for me to do right now, even though I got a very good armor piece, Unyielding Sentinel Intelligence Marine, if it wasn't Intelligence and it was something else, maybe even, I don't know, I can only dream. But in terms of, I'm gonna roll armor. it's pointless for me to do Mystery Pick armor because it costs the same amount. Unless the Mystery Pick armor seems to have a lot better rolls. I'm going to try to science this out. I'm going to maybe roll 5 items in a row. If it's weapons, let's say, if it's weapons, I'll start off, do 5 in a row, back out, come back in, do another 5 in a row, see if it's 5 armor. Just to test this out, because that honestly could help people specifically roll weapons. My last character that I was on, I rolled 16 weapons in a row. That is and they're 3 stars, so that's technically 1600 Scrip. Okay, so interesting. Sentinel, Ghoul Slayer's AP refresh. I do have a Ghoul Slayer's set in the works. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say this is great. This is a great roll. I know not everybody thinks that Ghoul Slayers is great. I have a couple of other people that I know stream the game that I've hung out with. They spend a lot of time at like White Springs. So honestly, even if having some set like this, a full decked out set of Ghoul Slayers and Sentinel or something like that, and you just see a ghoul run up to you and just starts punching you, I want to kind of test that out a little bit. I'm almost at a point where I can do that. I might have maybe 3, 4, 5 pieces, but not a full Sentinel Ghoul Slayer set. I think I have a mixture of Cavalier and Sentinel. And like I said, I'm going to roll 5 armor pieces in a row, back out, and then go back in. But I'm going to write down that we got a great roll. It's AP refresh, it's Sentinel, and this is going to go towards my Ghoul Slayer set. Okay, so again, I did get another armor piece. I'm going to continue rolling 3 more armor pieces and then swap over to weapons. Happy to get a bolstering set, but this is not a good roll. See, now this is where RNG kicks in, because the last character, I got 16 weapon rolls in a row, and now I'm looking at went 2 armor and now weapon. So I guess I was not onto something. In terms, I mean, I like instigating. I like to say that instigating is actually an under noticed perk on a weapon that honestly can do a lot of DPS. It does much more DPS on melee weapons. I don't think instigating is good for like SMGs, handmaids, things like that. But on a pipe revolver or something that packs more of a punch, maybe a slower, rate of fire but higher damage, you could do some decent damage. I'm gonna say this isn't even decent though. The crits do 50% damage is nice, I guess. The agility for your VATs and all that, yeah, sure, whatever. But I want something like faster fire rate, or for a pipe revolver specifically, it's not faster fire rate. I want something like faster reload, more so, or even quad over instigating, to be honest. All right, 3rd roll. So now I don't even know what it would be. I thought it was going to be armor, armor, armor until I stopped, but now we're back to weapons. So we went weapon, weapon, after armor, armor. I don't even want to look at that. Couple of shooters, power fists, and now we're getting multiple weapons in a row. And again, if it's not like faster swing speed, I don't even want to look at it. Stalker's lead pipe. Now we're just on a weapons roll. Medic's SMG again. I have yet to find a Medic's weapon that I'm really into. I had a Medic's 10 mil SMG that I think might have been faster fire rate. And I thought, that's great. I can fill my crit meter even faster. Crit and then heal myself in the group. But it was, by the time I would do that, I'd be like, oh, I healed us. And then I turn around and then the teammate's not there. And it's like, it's harder to coordinate than one would think, and more than it should be. It's almost like you should be able to heal somebody at a much larger area. Then I would start looking into Medic's weapons. By that point, I probably would have scrapped I don't know how many Medic's weapons then. See, now we're back down to armor, and I am all types of lost. There is no pattern here. I got 16 weapons in a row, and now I'm getting like an interesting mixture of things. It's Ghoul Slayers, and it's food, drink, chem, weight reductions. Somebody, again, that I know would find this useful. I'm gonna say that this is, I guess, a decent find. Anybody maybe just hitting fresh level 50, maybe thinking of grinding White Springs would probably get something out of this, but luck I think is useless. If it was endurance, if it was strength, that would have been awesome. I'll call it decent though. Stalker's garbage. I mean, I'm looking more into vampires' weapons, but unfortunately this is not what I need. Instigating shish kebab. If that was faster swing speed, I don't even care if it was endurance. I would have said that would have been a great roll. I don't even want to call this a decent roll because of the reflect melee back roll. I don't know. I guess I'll call it a decent roll. You're getting 2 out of 3 nice possible things that you can roll. I mean, the reflect damage while blocking. I don't block. I don't know if the game will ever have a meta where it's like, you should start blocking. I know there's like balance changes and all that they've talked about, but in terms of me starting to block more, it's just not, it's not muscle memory. I don't know. It's gonna take more effort for me to actually start blocking. Unyielding endurance, screw your limb damage. It's a decent roll. No matter how you look at it, it's decent, but that's, again, not optimal. Could have been robot or something, I don't know. Sentinel Strength is the first 2 things I saw, and I got very excited. I do not value Nocturnal. Another person that I know that's really into Nocturnal, they don't collect the armor pieces, they collect the weapons, and they have some fun with it, I guess, between those hours. I think unless this game has the option for you to, I don't know, pull up on your HUD like a camera, not a camera, like a clock or some sort of analog thing that shows you the time to go with your Pip-Boy. I don't know. Like, so I understand you can hit B to check the time, but to constantly be checking, or there was some way to have an alarm set and be like, hey, now is the optimal time to take advantage of nocturnal sets. If it's not a nocturnal set, you know, maybe solar powered or any of the other perks that are useful during the day. When they come out with loadouts, maybe that could be something that we expand upon. Right now, that doesn't make sense, I guess, because nobody really wants to change a bunch of weapons just to take advantage of the time. There might be a small player base that does that, and I guarantee you they would think this is an amazing roll. I'll call this a great roll. It is what it is. I can't deny that it's Sentinel Strength. I just wish that it was anything else. It could have been Troubleshooters, and I would have been happy. I would have been putting that towards, let's say, the Sheep Squatch Imposter. If it was Ghoul Slayers, put that towards White Springs runs. If it was Mutant Slayers, put that towards West Tech runs. But again, Sentinel Strength, I don't even know how to price this. I wouldn't even know. I think people wouldn't even care the fact that it's Nocturnal. Ammo weight reduction I like, but everything else I'm going to say is not good. Nocturnal again. Faster swing speed, endurance. So it's 2 out of 3. Even if I don't like Nocturnal, I have to say this is a decent find at the least. And to that person who's into weapons for nighttime, you're going to get a good amount of DPS. I mean, you're going to get more DPS, I think, through Nocturnal than you would Mutants. I think it's over 10%. I have to see. I'm going to have to actually do some testing on that. Alright, so only one more roll to go. No, unfortunately, it's none of them. I'm not interested in any of those rolls. Alright, so that was 16 rolls. A very interesting split between armor and weapons. Okay, so for my last character, I am on my 418 character. This character, unfortunately, has a lot of work to do in terms of reputation grinding and all that. This character actually had one of the quests bugged for a while after Bethesda helped me out. I finished the quest, and honestly, after doing the quest on 2 other characters, I've just been grinding the reputation and daily quests that you can do, more so than actually doing the quest. This character, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. My one character that's 251 is the Raider. My character that's 129 is the Settler in terms of who's finishing what. Honestly, this character, I might not finish it. I might somehow try to get all the way up with both of them or get through both of the quest lines before you have to choose, get like the Chinese stealth armor. I don't know. I still haven't made a decision on this character yet. But this character does have 1,000 Scrip. I don't know if I'm going to be able to test out that whole if I get a bunch of weapons in a row, will it continue to be weapons thing after the last character. Guess that was just a fluke. I don't know. But another 16 items. Let's see what I can get. I'm really hoping for something decent in terms of weapons. If I leave here with, you know, decent armor pieces, I'm getting Sentinel, I'm getting Unyielding, whatever I'm looking for here. That's awesome. I might as well just roll nothing but armor. I think you have a higher chance of finding something better if you're rolling more of that item. It's almost like that mentality of if you're playing a Diablo and you're making legendaries, you have to make a bunch of legendaries before you get the good one. Statistically speaking, you keep doing, you know, a bunch of those, you're gonna get something. This mystery pick, I think it dilutes things because it's like, oh, armor, 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 oh, weapon. Okay, you wind up rolling half and half. I don't know. Who's to say if you didn't roll more armor, you would have gotten something decent after that roll? And then there's so much speculation on, oh, some of the servers already have like predetermined loot, or I don't know. There's a lot of speculation and we can't really prove it unless there's, I guess, some data mining behind it. But 16 rolls. Keep my fingers crossed. Wish me luck. Troubleshooter's plasma pistol. Again, I have a pistol character, but not even that character would use this. Ghoul Slayers, I don't mind getting Ghoul Slayers, but it has to be worth it to me. And I'm already going from one weapon to one armor, so it looks like I'm going to be doing this back and forth. Yeah, back and forth pattern. Weapon, armor, weapon. Again, I don't really care what the roll is for a Cryolator or a Flamer, if it has maybe faster fire rate, faster reload. Those things are important to me. I can't imagine somebody out there using an Assassin's Flamer to kill somebody else, but what do I know? Zerker's Mr. Handy Buzzblade? No. This actually upsets me seeing this. Once upon a time, I had a bloody faster swing speed Buzzblade, and then wound up helping somebody out, and then gave it to them, and then they stopped playing the game. And nowadays, that's actually something that I would mess around with. So now I'm on the hunt, I guess, for a bloodied Mr. Handy Buzzblade. Stalker's Bone Club. Okay, so it was a very interesting, like, weapon, armor, weapon, almost pattern, but now there's no way to predict what I'm going to get next. Still, this is 5 rolls in a row with nothing yet to brag about. Mutant Slayer's Gatling Gun? No. Anti-armor chain? No. If it was like, if it was anti-armor, agility, faster swing speed, I would have actually said that this was a decent roll. Not the best, but decent. And Zerker's explosive, faster movement speed while aiming. I don't know. It's hard for me to even call this decent. If this was bladed explosive, I would say it's decent. I'm gonna maybe slide this in between not good and decent, just because I don't know enough about Berserkers. I've kind of tested a lot of different things out with my different characters over the past, you know, year plus playing this game. At the same time, though, I would say I've never tried it like a naked character build. Thing is, even if I take off my armor, I'm still gonna have mutations that are gonna affect my damage resistance. But I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe running around Berserkers and naked is the new meta coming up. Who knows? I'll say this is a decent one. I'll have to test it out. I guess you'll see my character in his tighty whities or something, running around with pistols and a bunch of other Berserkers things. But not what I'm looking for. And so far, I think, what, I have 9-ish more rolls, something like that? 8, 9 rolls. I get something good. Okay, so I know I was just talking about Berserkers. Doesn't mean I want more Berserkers in my life. Mutant's short gamma gun. So I like the faster fire rate on a gamma gun. The extra damage if you're mutated, I guess, could be nice. Unfortunately, my biggest issue with gamma guns, and I have a collection of them, and I have to do further testing, there's not enough mobs you're fighting that take substantial amount of damage from something like a gamma gun. Um, I feel like they all kind of have their natural resistance to it, but something like this sounds nice. The damage resistance while aiming, I don't really value too much. I'm not going to say this is decent because I think this is just me wanting a gamma gun that's halfway decent, but let's see. Fire axe, no. Again, unfortunately, I'm getting a bunch of weapons, so this is actually pretty good. I've only gotten like one armor piece out of that entire thing. Berserker's Death Tambo, now it's gotta be faster swing speed. Quad Ultra Sight. So I only have a few more rolls to go, and this is not looking good. Exterminators, no. I only have two more. Oh boy. Hunter's Rolling Pin. Alright, so at this point, the rolling pin is almost like an inside joke. From Project Paradise recently and from the Fashonaut Parade, I got a bloodied faster swing speed, I think endurance rolling pin, and then I got a bloodied more power attack, and I forget what the other third roll was that before that one, but I've gotten two bloody rolling pins, and I said that was going to be my character's kind of like retirement weapon. Once I had all the weapons that I would ever possibly want, and I'm just running around, I would just mess around with something like a rolling pin. Uh, and here I am looking at another rolling pin, but nah, this one's not for me to be gimmicky and running around with. Last but not least, oh shit! Oh ho ho! This is the very last fucking roll. I am actually very excited about this. This is a great. This is. It's not bloodied. So at the end of the day, I want a bloodied faster swing speed bear arm. I don't know what I would pay for that. Unfortunately, I'm a hoarder collector, so even my legacies are off the table when it comes to trades. If it takes me months of grinding caps to pay for it, whatever I gotta do, I'd be interested in. I mean, even if it was a god roll, strength faster swing speed bear arm. But for me, somebody who spends a lot of time in West Tech, Mutant Slayers becomes a high, not second, I think Instigating is my second pick. Junkies is my third in terms of weapons like melee, what I'm looking for. So either Bloodied for my bloody characters, Junkies for my more tankier characters and not as low of health. Mutant Slayers if I'm being specific, and if I really want DPS to start things off, Instigating. I really want to see how useful weapons like this that are specific to mobs affect the game in the coming months and whenever they start doing their balancing changes to the game. They've mentioned how they want to have similar experience. You have like a level 100 right next to a level 10. It should almost take like a similar effort to kill something, which intrigues me, but at the same time worries me. So as I continue to do a bunch of speculation, I need to test out different weapons now just so I can see, like, oh, I didn't think this weapon was going to be useful, but I found out this. Something like this, a Mutant Slayer's Bear Arm, I can guarantee you I'm going to have a lot of fun with later today. I definitely need to test this out. I also have the Puncturing mod, I believe, learned on this character, so even better. But I know that at the beginning of this video, I was talking about hopefully having a more positive outlook towards the end. The biggest irony is that I'm looking at one of those items that I have a very hard time finding. This is the only character that has the bear arm learned. My other two characters that I've recently done, let's say the parade with, got bear arms as rewards. And I went to a few bases and I saw people with bear arms for sale. There weren't anything crazy, but I'm like, wow, these people probably don't even know how to get the bear arm plan. The bear arm plan is such a rare plan. I would completely argue it's much more valuable than the fixer. A lot more people are doing the encrypted event versus completing Project Paradise successfully and getting what they want. I think my one character, between maybe two of my characters, they both have maybe 3 Formula P plans on them, and learned, which means I've gotten like 5 between those characters at a minimum. In terms of the bear arm, I've only ever gotten it once, and I never see anybody selling them. And when it comes to melee, again, looking at something like this, if it's not strength, I would want endurance. If it's not endurance, I want agility. Um, Agility is maybe a little less useful because I don't necessarily need to VATS, which is my biggest critique. But in terms of wanting that extra AP regardless, or even just being able to run just a little bit longer because your AP bar is going to be affected by agility, I'm very excited about this. But to go back to what I was saying about me having a more positive outlook towards the end, I'm still gonna say, please don't waste your time with this mystery sale. I'm very happy to get this. I'm grinning over here like cheek to cheek, and I can't wait to test this out. But from all the times that I've done this, and this is at least the third time that they've not only had this sale, but I've put a good amount of script into it. I may have passed on one or two of them. I think there was a couple more than 3 of these mystery sales. Any of the sales they've ever done, the half off sale was the craziest by far. I cannot wait for that to happen. If they do another half off sale, mark my words, I will try to do 5 characters, 1,000 script each. And at that point, if I'm only rolling weapons, you can roll, what is it, 10 weapons per 1,000 script on a normal situation, which means you can roll 50 weapons if you have 5k script, if you're following along so far. So if it's half off, I can roll 100 weapons. In those 100 weapons, I am guaranteed to get something decent. I'm not going to say that I'm going to be guaranteed a bloodied explosive fixer like everybody drools over, but I would at least maybe get, I don't know, a furious explosive fixer, something like that. I mean, something nice. Maybe not necessarily a blade explosive handmade, but who knows? Maybe a vampire's explosive handmade. 100 weapons is a lot to roll in a row. So again, I really look forward to maybe doing a half off sale. I don't think those are common, slash, I don't know if that makes a whole lot of sense because I think at that rate, the half off sale means you buy one legendary 3-star weapon instead of 100, it's costing you 50. If you turn around and go to the vendor, you're selling that for 40, which means you've only lost 10 script long term. Yes, there's kind of a cap in place, but if you go in with 1,000 script prepped, if you have 150 script that you can still get during that day, on one character, you can roll 20 weapons, go to the script machine, get your script ready, come back, roll another 3 weapons. So now you just went from 20 weapons to 23 weapons, then do that another 5 times, and you're looking at, I mean, easily 100, almost 110 weapons in that kind of ballpark. That's something I'm excited for, but again, I don't think we're going to see that. We'll probably see a 25% off sale, and I'll be happy to get anything extra if it means I'm going from what, like 50, not necessarily, like, I don't know, anywhere from 50, north of 50 sounds nice. So any other sale, I'm going to take advantage of that. Any sale like this, even though I'm not a fan, I like to test these out in larger numbers. I'm probably going to see posts over the weekend of people getting some decent stuff. I occasionally see people get god rolls from this, and they're like, wow, thank you, Merc McGurk. The mystery pick was amazing to me. Honestly, I don't have that luck. I know I'm staring at this Mutant Slayer's bear arm, but I want to put in the perspective of I just spent over 3,000 script because I script a little bit extra on the first character, and I only have a couple of things that I'm crazy about. The Unyielding Sentinel was nice, sure. The Ghoul Slayer's AP Sentinel was nice. So what was it? There was Unyielding Sentinel that I got on one character. The other character got Ghoul Slayer's AP Sentinel and also got Nocturnal Strength Sentinel, which is great. But at the same time, like, I really need something like this as opposed to things I already have. Things like this, super rare. things like the compound bow. So not all my characters have the bow learned. This character doesn't have the bow, it doesn't have the compound bow learned. Only one of my characters has the compound bow learned, but does not have the bow learned, so I can hopefully get more of those when I come here. And then another character has the bow learned, which I messed up. So anybody moving forward towards looking to roll certain items, put some thought into how you're going to roll your weapons. And I think this is one of the best bits of advice I can give. If you are looking to get bear arms learned, unfortunately it's one of those things where that's one of your goals now. You either A, have to do Project Paradise, or B, start hunting down people that have the plan learned, and then get it learned on multiple characters if you plan to roll on multiple characters. If you're only going to roll on one character, and that's the character you're playing on right now, I'm going to say you're probably already too late. That character probably has sheep squatch stuff learned, like the club, shepherd's crook, stuff like that. Do yourself a favor, and if you already have those things learned, although even if you get like a bloodied faster swing speed strength, I'm sure anybody would be ecstatic to get that and jump up and down a little bit, and then either A, sell it, or B, keep it and have some fun with it. You're not doing yourself any like end game justice. You want weapons that are going to hit hard and that are the common items. The only way to do that is to make sure your pool of loot isn't diluted. You need to have the stuff that you want learned. So if you want a fixer plan and a bear arm plan learned, you gotta try to figure out how you're gonna get those. And then good luck. I mean, may RNG be on your side, but if you have a bunch of other things learned like the bow and you don't want to get bows, you're already gone too far. You need to almost consider just scripting on a different character, which to, I guess, the average player that might be like, wait a second, I just got to whatever level with my first character. What do you mean start a new character? Honestly, another bit of advice, once you've gotten to a certain point with your first character, there's a lot of changes you probably thought of. It's a lot easier to start a new character with your knowledge of what you want, build your character, and not waste as many perk cards experimenting. And then, I mean, unfortunately, certain perks don't pop up until certain levels. A lot of things don't come until after level 50. But with that kind of knowledge, you could transfer stuff to a new character and then start anew, especially during these double, maybe even if they do more triple XP weekends. It's not going to be that crazy to give your character hand-me-downs and then work your way up again, if you've saved at least. But I think, like I said, if you can somehow start a new character, get it to 50, not dilute your loot pool of things that you can get from the Purveyor, honestly, that goes a long way. That can help out a lot. Alright, so I'm not going to even sneak. I'm just going to run around one-punching them. Said I wasn't going to sneak. Alright, that's fine. Well, I think I found my new favorite weapon, because this doesn't even show any sign of not just one-hitting him. Three-star, what we got? Not dying to a dog. Not dying to a dog. Eternal something or other. And you'll die here. I don't know what you're doing. You're doing some weirdness in the corner. Hell yeah, 419. Alright, GG's. I got 419, I got a new toy that I'm having fun with. I'm gonna keep saving up my Scrip, and even if I have enough Scrip by the end of this event, which it goes till the 15th, I mean, even in the next 3 days, if I was to script 150 a day, I'd only get maybe closer to 500 script. I'm not going to waste any more script. I do hope you guys enjoyed the content. I do hope you guys enjoyed me sciencing out 50 rolls and watching some West Tech kills. Again, hope you guys found this informative. And until next time, guys, take it easy.